Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today's card is using the Latte Love bundle with the Latte Love images. I love these fancy little, you can almost see the hands making that heart sign around this one. So you've got the coffee cup looking down into it, some coffee beans and splatters, some great sentiments and awesome dies with a coffee press in them, and some other dies. We're going to be using a coffee carafe, and I'm going to show you a little fun thing. I have to tell you that I stole this idea. Another stamp set I saw something that said affogato your birthday, and I was like, that is so cute. If you do not or have not heard of an affogato, you do not know what you're missing. It has Italian origins, and it's a coffee ice cream treat. So my daughter-in-law and my son, my oldest son, love affogatos. So when we all go get ice cream, they always get an affogato. What they do is they take a coffee cup, put a scoop of ice cream in it, and then give you a little carafe of an espresso, and you pour your espresso over the ice cream. Delicious. And so this affogato, if you say it, you know, it's like, affogato your birthday. I'm so sorry. Affogato your birthday. So I decided to take the coffee carafe, pour it over some ice cream on this card. Now we're going to make another one, but I want to just show you the little trick that I did for this one. What I did is, after I stamped my cup, I took my Stampin' Up! Take Your Pick tool, and I used the X-Acto blade. I cut right along this edge. And then I got a little scoop of ice cream that's from the Share a Milkshake bundle. I'm sure you can find a lot of different little, like you could use the clouds from the hot air balloons that would fit in there. And then I just tuck them up underneath the back, and it made the ice cream in the cup. Now on the card we're going to make, we're going to do something similar, but we're going to use the spoon with the cup. So I'm going to pull, I need a self-healing mat here, so I'm going to use our old, oh, I miss you, this one we had, the magnetic one. I'm going to show you how we're going to put, but I just realized we need to stamp the coffee. There's a little stamp in here that makes coffee inside of the cup. So I'm using Lost Lagoon because that's in the DSP. Oh, I have to show you the DSP. So I'm going to get some coffee on this image, and I'm just going to pop it right into, hoping I can see this okay, right into the coffee cup. Okay, we've got the coffee in there. Oh, that looks really fun. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Oh no, I want this here. So now I want to put this spoon. Now the funny thing about the coffee cup pours this way, so I would have liked my spoon. I don't know why I thought it, but you're not going to see this anyhow. So my spoon is going to have to go over this way. Well, technically you could turn it. No, you're going to have to do that. So we're going to put our spoon sticking out of our cup here. So we're just going to take that X-Acto knife and make sure you're using a protective place where you're not going to. So I'm just going to, this is the lip of the cup here. So I'm just going to make a cut right along the coffee image with my X-Acto knife, which is very sharp. Easily cut that little hole there. Now, is my spoon going to fit in there? Let's see. Yes, it will. And there is our spoon in there. Perfect. Let's just tape that little spoon down. So that gives us a little fun element on that card there, the spoon. There we go. I'm just going to tape that down on the back so the spoon stays in there. Put my protective lid on there, safety first. Put my Take Your Pick tool over in its little container, because there are certain things in that stamp room that get lost in the shuffle. Okay, so there is our coffee cup, and there is how you can put either ice cream in there or this. This is going to be on our card. This would have taken a lot of time on video, so I just used the awesome Alphabest stamp set that has all the alphabet letters in it. And I just spelled out the word affogato. And I think it really, the boldness with the early espresso and early espresso was really fun on that. And then I used the Your Birthday from the Lasting Joy stamp set. I just popped that out of one of the sentiments. Affogato, your birthday. I love that. I can't stop laughing. Okay. So then the sentiment on the inside comes from our, let's see, this is one of those cards that if you decide to make this, you can use all your stamp sets. This one comes from, I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. Of course, I didn't forget your birthday. I think clashed a little bit with the sentiment on the front. So I just put, Affogato your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. It worked out fine. And so I popped a few of the little coffee beans and I colored them in with dark pecan pie. And I was able to use the, I think I did use, no, I used black on this, but I think you also could use early espresso, just let it dry. So Affogato your birthday, cute little thing, using the DSP. The DSP is, oh, you know where it is? It is, oh my gosh, make sure that you, oh, I lost one of my gems there. Make sure that you check back to my blog because I just realized I was cutting, I'm doing this for a swap and I was cutting and it's down in the kitchen and I'm not running down there to get it. Oh, yes, I am. Just take a look at that card. I will go grab it because it is super cute. Or else I have another, oh, here it is. I have another one. I'll go ahead and open this other one because you know I'll be using it. Of course, this paper is just so fun. It has these coffee cups that can be cut out with the dies. Wonderful little coffee stains on the back. This, these coffee beans, you could flip over the paper because I'm using this pattern, which I just loved all the pretty colors in it. And then you've got coffee cups. I don't believe any of them are cut out with, no dies cut those out, but you can fussy cut those. And little coffee cup print on there. Then we have some coffee splatters and some pretty Lost Lagoon stripes. Coffee swirls with some petal pink and pecan pie, a fun little thing that you can put in coffee too, a nice motif. Then you have this pretty mocha, make it some chocolate, hot chocolate. You've got some coffee beans there. So you've got, this is a really, really pretty paper, but I just decided to use just this little strip here because it brought all the colors of my card together. So that is a card you can make. And then when I stamped the coffee, which could be steam, but also coffee pouring, I stamped it first right here. Then I, off of my card, I stamped it there. And then I went back onto the yellow card base and I stamped it. And then I just pushed them together so that I can make that stream going in, because you really needed to have it touching the coffee, the ice cream. Haha, designer there. Okay, so let's look over what we're going to use on this card. I decided to use one of the colors I thought was so pretty is the petal pink. So we're using a petal pink card base, and that's just 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4 1/4. And on the inside, I just decided we might as well just do this so it's done. I just decided to use You're the Best Part of My Day. So let's just pop that in there. Come on, glue. Okay, this glue was working just 5 minutes ago, huh? There we go. And we will pop that right in the inside. This piece in the inside, usually on cards, is 4 by 5 1/4. It gives you 1/8 of an inch the whole way around the inside there. We're gonna go ahead and stamp some little coffee beans. I'm gonna do this with the early espresso. Off to the side there. And then you're kind of safe to use early espresso. I've been using it with my blends, but in general, blends you use Memento Black, and then you use Stays On ink when you're watercoloring. But if you use Stays On with blends, they're both alcohol based and they will smear. So, but I have found some times, like this being one, that I was able to use my early espresso ink with my blend and it worked fine, but always just test it off on a little piece of paper. So you got a cute little inside there. Now I layered the outside. This one is the same as the inside. It's 5 1/4 by 4. It's killing me to cover this up without punching something out. You can believe if I'm making a swap or doing something like this in class, I will pop out a circle out of every single one of those because of not wasting that paper. But I'm gonna layer, and I really thought I could have just went yellow onto pink, but always having a border layer is just really pops out a design element on your card. So on this one, I decided to use this great sentiment, hello there, let's catch up. This would be a great stamp set for a gift card to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or a coffee shop in your area, which would be nice to support. You would put, hello there, let's catch up, this one's on me, and you could make a gift card and use these coffee things. And remember, these dies have a coffee press in them. How amazing. Okay, so I decided just to use the hello there, let's catch up, and I'm just using that strip. Now, if you wanted to, you could pop these coffee beans on here, but I really liked this plaid with all these pretty colors. And this color is Lemon Lolly. Lemon Lolly, Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon. Now, which way? There's really not early espresso in here, but how can you not use that color whenever you're making a coffee card? So I used it for my coffee in my carafe, and then I'm just kind of making sure that I don't see any DSP showing, and no, nothing's showing there. And then I can just come back with my, I'm gonna get my bigger scissors. These scissors don't tend to get any goo on them. Just use your paper snips or whatever you have handy to cut off that edge. And then we're gonna go ahead and put that onto the pecan pie. Now the pecan pie was 4 by 5 1/4, so that means this one is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And look how that just pops out. This is pecan pie in here, but like I said, I used the coffee in the cup, so it works fine. And like I said, normally I would have either put a postage or stitched rectangle or something cut out of there, so I was doing double duty with my cardstock. But we are just gonna pop this onto here. It's funny, even at class, if I don't have something cut out there, the girls will sit there and I'll come over. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? She goes, oh, we're not putting this on here until you tell us what to do. Because are we cutting something out of it? But there is always that one person who just is so anxious to get their card together. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 you had to cut out the bear with that. Anyhow, this had the word affogato on it, but this one has this one, but we can still use the same design. I'm gonna put my coffee cup on here, but I want to stamp the coffee getting poured as well. And we're gonna get that image out of there. Pop that there. And I had my little, where is that little stamp that we just used with the, we just used it. Oh, I think I covered it. Yep, I covered it up with the designer series paper. We used that little coffee, the little ellipsis or whatever. So we're gonna put on here, because that is what we're gonna figure out where that coffee cup goes. So we're gonna be all ready for that. Let me show you how to put this coffee cup together, coffee carafe together. What I did is I die cut it in the vellum so that it would look like coffee in a clear container. You could use acetate as well. Now this coffee, normally, if you put it onto this die cut, hopefully you can see that there, it has this opening there. Kind of looks like you could put stuff in it, or like looks like kind of the way liquid looks with that shadow. So that is going to be the piece I wanted down here, but I realized that when you're pouring coffee, you're going to have coffee up here. So I took this one that's supposed to go in the coffee press and the other coffee thing here, I'm not sure what that's called, and I decided to cover this up, and I just tucked it in to here because I wanted the coffee, like I said, normally the coffee cup wouldn't be filled the whole way, but you have to have coffee the whole way to the top if you're pouring it, okay? So I just stuck that in there in that little slot, and then I put a piece of Scotch tape right over that. And then I'm just going to put some glue on there and put it right onto my vellum. And I actually think I'm gonna put some of the glue onto the vellum, because then I'm not gonna smear it on when I'm putting this on here. Okay, so there we go. There is our coffee in our carafe. Now I would say if you're using this carafe and you're not pouring it, you wouldn't put this piece in there, but I did. Okay, so then I'm not sure if all coffee shops, but I just always remember that coffee having an orange top, some of them. So we're gonna put this little handle, get some glue here. On here. I was cutting a piece of ribbon yesterday morning, and I was cutting it, and it's like I could see myself, I could just see myself cutting myself. It was just like, ah, and I couldn't stop myself, and I got a nice deep, of course I was using sharp scissors because it was a ribbon, and I got a nice little gash in my finger. But I've been keeping Neosporin on it and a Band-Aid, so then we just put this little top on there, and you can kind of just look on the back there, just cover up the vellum. You've got your coffee carafe. It's gonna pop onto here, and you'll know kind of where you're gonna pour. So that's when we're gonna get our little there. And I can kind of show you how I did this, but I want to put a little piece of scratch under here. Okay, it's going to be pouring out into my cup. Now if you were using this in a different okay, it went into the cup, and you see I have it going in the cup. So now keep your stamp in the same direction, and then just think where your cup is going to go. Your cup's going to go here. It's going to go about right there. And stamp your stream of coffee. Come back here. You've got the coffee going in there. Oh, I went a little off, but oh wait, I'll just take it up a little bit, and then it'll go onto the paper. That's what I did. So if you go a little bit off, just go up and it'll work. Okay, and I do believe I made this flat. Okay. Okay. And then we've got our little cup there. And like I said, I just wanted my cup to be on the yellow. The coffee's there. And now we can put some dimensionals on the back of our carafe and put it onto the card. Just make sure your dimensionals are on the cardstock part of your carafe, because you don't want to see it through the vellum, because I put one on there the first time I made this. I'm like, oh darn, what was I thinking? It was hard to see there. So okay, take those off, come over with our coffee cup and make it look like it's pouring out of there. I might actually take it up a little bit. I could have brought this down a little bit, but I'm going to put some I wonder if I should put some coffee beans down here. I wonder what those would look like. I don't know. It's like am I going to busy up the card there? Let me see up here. Yeah, I think they would look cute there. Some coffee beans. And I don't like those coffee beans now that I put them there. But they're there. They kind of just didn't. I was thinking, oh, I have a space there. And then I put them down and I'm like, I don't like them there. But that's okay. Not the worst thing I've done on a card. There, a few little coffee beans. There we go. And let's use a few of these Celebration opaque faceted gems. Yes, they have pecan pie in them. You could almost get away with the pool party being a Lost Lagoon shade. So let's put a few of these. They're Calypso Coral. And let's put a few of the pecan pie. And I just wonder if you could pop that on there. I think you could get away with that, but I think I'll just stick with the Calypso. There's a lot of gems in this. There's a lot of gems in here, and they're colors that you're going to be using a lot. So anytime I had an order going in for supplies and such, I would pop one of those as my celebration gift. So there we go. We've got this cute little coffee going in there, and you're able to stamp it on the coffee cup. You have this sweet little stamp that goes in there. I used my Take Your Pick tool X-Acto knife there, popped that spoon in. I colored that in dark smoky slate and used the colors in the DSP. This DSP is called a Little Latte. A Little Latte, very pretty. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at cindyleeb@gmail.com. You can call or text with questions or send me a pic at 724-323-2296. Don't forget to sign up for the Busy Bee Bag for March. It goes till March 1st. And it is using the new little Happy Little Things dies and the Comforting Thoughts stamp set. I love this one. We always need these types of sentiments and these cute little dies. So make sure you pop over to cindyleebdesigns.com, look on the blog post, and you'll see where you can sign up for the Busy Bee Bag. You get 8 card kits and $22 to $25 worth of product in there. It doesn't include the stamp set, but every card that I make, you can use your own stamp sets. And I take close attention to making it very easy for you to use other stamp sets if you don't want that stamp set that I have offered. Thanks for buzzing by, friends.